You shivered alone in the cold autumn air. It was about 7 at night. It was just growing dark, and the bus still hadn't come around. You wanted to get home. You had just had a long night of shopping. There was that homework that had to be done before Monday. You still had to finish cleaning out the living room, still. You had to go get some new clothes before winter hit. You leaned back, cracking your back, and you didn't realize how long you had been standing there. Your phone was dead, so you couldn't check. Your feet began to ache, and you realized at that moment that you really needed to sit down. A small metal bench was just a few feet away. You trudged over and sat down and began rubbing your hands together and blew on them softly to warm them. You closed your eyes and listened to the gentle noise of the wind. You began to hear footsteps. You opened your eyes. Just down the sidewalk, a handsome man walked casually down the sidewalk, headed in your direction. He had earphones worn around his neck, the cord hidden in some pocket, a blue sweatshirt on, and some jeans. He had pretty brown hair and some stubble, but damn if he was fine. You squinted. Was that? Could that have been? The man drew closer. You were pretty certain who it was, and you thought he was. You're pretty sure. And if he was that someone, then you would have to try really hard not to fangirl yourself into an awkward situation. Your heart began beating harder in your chest as he approached. He looked down and flashed you a smile. "How's it going, bro?" Your eyes widened, and you sat there, frozen, unable to say anything for a few moments. "Come on, Schmam, speak," you angrily told yourself. "You okay, bro?" the man asked again. You were sure it was him. Now you were sure of it. But you still had to ask. I'm okay," you finally managed to muster. Yourself?" "I'm doing great. What are you doing here all alone?" he asked, sitting next to you. "Oh. Waiting for the bus. Could I ask you your name?" you asked. "Oh, my name? My name is Felix Vergelberg. And yourself?" You stare for a moment, processing the information presented to you. Finally, something clicks in your brain that yes, it is now confirmed that you are indeed standing at Mr. PewdiePie himself. "Oh my! Oh my gosh! PewdiePie?" You stammer, your eyes widening. Yep, fangirling time. "Oh, you're part of the bro army?" Felix asked with a surprised look on his handsome features. "Yeah, I watch your videos all the time," you say as you begin to gush about him. Felix just smiles and thanks you, and often chuckles at you. Finally, you get a grip on yourself. I'm sorry. My name is Schmam." You tell him. He smiles and holds out a fist. You guys BROFIST. Nice to meet you, Schmam." He smiles. The wind picks up again and you shiver. Before you have time to act or think, he has his arms around you, and you finally find yourself right up against his very warm, very handsome, very nice smiling Swedish man. "It's a cold night, isn't it?" he asked you. Looking down at you, you nod, a blush creeping onto your face. You had liked PewdiePie for quite a while now. That was just one of the many reasons you had to come up with to watch him. "You better be careful. You don't want to go get a fever." Felix rambled. Gosh, he was just so darn fine. You bit your lip and smiled. It is then you decide to brace that you don't care if the bus comes or not. You are just so close to PewdiePie. Warm and feeling somewhat safe in his embrace, that you don't want this moment to end. But all things must come to an end, even if they're temporary. You turn your head and you hear the familiar sound of one thing that must go. To be continued.